Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Crucible story time. I think this might be the last Overwatch Crucible story time that I do, considering Crucible is, Destiny only. I'll probably go back to that. But if you want me to use Overwatch in something else for some other reason, maybe just straight up gameplay, show you how I play the game, go ahead and leave a comment below, or maybe a like, so I can get a good assessment of all this. So, today's story. Chicago's a pretty crazy place. I mean, I'm sure you heard about the kidnapping that happened a while ago, but weirdly enough, I've been in downtown Chicago for about 2 years now, and as much as my friends have seen all this crazy shit, I've seen only a small portion of odd things. Hell, even my girlfriend has seen crazier shit than I have. But I'm gonna relate to you the craziest shit that I've seen that apparently, according to everybody else, is not that crazy. Hell, one of my friends even got in a fight. Huh. Pretty wacky over there in downtown Chi-Town. Huh. Okay, so the craziest thing that I ever witnessed was only about a few weeks ago, when I was actually on my way to go get Overwatch. So I think this story is quite fitting that I include Overwatch gameplay for the time I was going to get Overwatch. Maybe it's a sign. Oh well. So, I had to take the blue line over to GameStop. There's a GameStop a few miles down. I had to go to Greek Town in order to go to the nearest GameStop. And I usually go there for Pokemon cards, hilariously enough, because they've got some different variety than Target, which is always fucking cleared out for whatever reason. Sure, there's a lot of YouTubers over in Chicago taking all my shit. And a message to you, fuck you, stop clearing all the shelves. I'd like to buy the occasional pack. Thank you. So I go to GameStop from time to time. And this time I was going to get Overwatch, took the blue line over. On the second stop from there, the train only had 12 people on it. A 13th person came on. I had my headphones in. I was listening to either Ninja Sex Party or JoJo. I can't really remember which one. I just remember I was going to get hyped up to get this game. Yeah, let's get hyped. And this young black lady approaches me, and she's talking to me, and I have my headphones in. When I have my headphones in, I don't want anyone to talk to me. That's a universal sign of, please leave me alone. People seem to talk to you anyways for whatever the fuck reason. This is like the 5th time that's happened already. So she walks up to me, and I'm sitting down. She's standing up, being all I see are lips moving, and I take one headphone out, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what was that? And she's like, and she was speaking so softly, and I put my music down so low, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, could you say that one more time? Can you give me some? And I was just like, alright, I'm taking out the other headphone, this is ridiculous. So I took out the other headphone. I'm sorry, totally lost that. What did you say? And she's like, do you have any change? Can I have some money? I was like, oh, okay, so you're a beggar. I just don't give money to people anymore. It's just a personal rule of mine. I don't care who you are, how many limbs you've lost, how many wars you've fought. I just don't fucking do that shit. It goes to the whole Walmart trust thing. I don't trust people anymore. I just fucking don't. Especially the homeless. I really don't trust the homeless. Call that prejudice or whatever, it's just a personal thing that I abide by. I don't really endorse it, I just do it myself. So, she asked for money. And while I did have money on me, not much, I mostly had plastic. I said, sorry kiddo, I only got plastic. And she looks down in a sad face, and she's like, oh, okay. She goes to the corner of the train, and she just kind of sits there all alone, and I'm just like, oh man, I really bummed her out, didn't it? Oh well, time to watch this music video. And then I look back over at her, and she takes up the other seat, and she just lies down, and it was funny because I was thinking, it's like, huh, and people complain about man-spreading and taking up 2 whole seats, and then I hear, ah! And I was like, ah, oh boy. And she puts her feet up against the glass, And I'm like, oh, please don't smack on that glass. And I hear, thud, thud, thud. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. And the screaming lets out a second time. And she fucking smashes the window. And it turns into Spider-Man web cracks. And I'm like, oh! Oh god! Oh man. Okay. Woo, she's really mad, sad about something. Oh boy. And she kept smashing the window. And I'm like, alright. Okay. Alrighty. I'm getting off at the next stop. And luckily the train like just stopped and I got off and I was like, woo, alright, can't get to GameStop fast enough. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And then I started walking the rest of the way to GameStop. And on my way over, I couldn't help but think two things. One, if I gave her a quarter, would she have not done that? Should I have reported that incident? Because there were like 10 other people on the train just like giving her a weird look and then minding their own business again. It's crazy the amount of shit in Chicago that like people will be shouting and screaming. Someone could say, I fucking murdered a guy! And no one will do anything. No one will do anything. It's really weird. It's bizarre. There was someone on the street saying like, help! Somebody help me! I need help! Ah! I need help! I'm in pain! And I was just like, that man needs help. And everyone just walked past him. Nobody did a damn thing. He was all alone. It freaks me out. The level of, not cognitive dissonance, but like, to the degree that the city ignores people. Someone could have a gun, waving it around, and everyone will just be like, oh, no, that's a toy gun, isn't it? Yeah, I'm just gonna walk to work now. Whoop-a-doop. It's insane. I've never seen anything like it. Like, even in Arizona, when you saw homeless people, you'd at least, like, you know, give them the time of day, being like, hey, buddy, stop standing in the highway. This is where you're gonna die. But in Chicago, well, first of all, there's a beggar on not even every corner. Like, every 20 feet, you're gonna hit one. And you know, they somehow get into bus stations and train stations and ask for money there, and it's like, oh, come on, man. How did you even afford to get in? I don't know. I've got a whole thing with the homeless. I mean, my sister is scared crazy of the homeless because when she was a kid walking around in New York, a homeless man fucking chased after her. She screamed and ran away. So she has a permanent fear of the homeless that she can't really shake. And I don't know, I just don't really pay attention to them. My obvious, like, greatest fear is, like, what if I become one of those? But, you know, God willing, fingers crossed, my whatever the fuck career takes off. Maybe YouTube? Maybe you can leave a like and subscribe, and maybe I won't be homeless. Haha, yeah. Oh well. I've got a couple things to fall back on, but, that was my crazy Chicago story mixed in with a couple of other Chicago stories. If you want an extra one, here's a funny one. Alright, one of my friends from core class, core class is like where you take all of the arts at the same time, just be like, oh, maybe I'm more of a photographer than a sculptor. One of my friends in core class, while he was walking home, somebody mugged him at knife point, and he was like, oh shit, and he threw his monster can at the guy's face and just ran off. Wasn't hurt, wasn't scathed, wasn't in danger, didn't lose anything. But I thought that was really funny that you'd have the reaction time to throw a monster can at his face before he left. Alright, that's enough crazy Chicago stories. If you want to hear more of those, I can gladly just list them off. I've got a shit ton of them. Maybe it'll be its own thing. Chicago shit stories. Crucible time. Maybe it'll be the new Overwatch stuff. Because it's funny how Overwatch is, it's the best game in the world, and Destiny's the worst game in the world. When I've played both of them. I've played one for 3 years and one for only a couple months, and the similarities are absolutely fucking insane!
Ice wall coming up.
Everything that's wrong with the games, everything that's great with the games are so fucking similar. Oh my god. It's wow. Alright, well, that's the end of Crucible story time. I'm gonna go back to Destiny here soon. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you like the video. Leave a subscribe if you want to subscribe to me. Click, and when you subscribe, click the bell. Click that little bell. You can get all my little updates. It's gonna be great. Keep up to date with my videos. I'll try to post as much as possible. And until then, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.